A local mall shooting with the holiday shopping season in full swing. Shots fired just a little over an hour ago at South Park Mall. It is a story we first brought you on KSAT.com. The San Antonio Fire Department reporting at least 4 people taken to the hospital. And you are looking at some pictures of the scene right now. Police, as you can see, a large presence there at South Park Mall. A lot of the information we're getting is very preliminary at this point, but we have been told at least 4 people have been hurt, have been shot, all of them female, there at South Park Mall. And as you can imagine, this is a very busy parking lot. You can see as one of the people put in the back of the EMS ambulance right there. Police Chief William McManus speaking just moments ago is, like you said, confirming there were 4 females that were shot. 2 male suspects are who they are looking for. Shots fired from a car that was passing these 4 females. Yeah, and we understand this is happening in the breezeway. This happened in a breezeway of the mall, so technically not in the parking lot and not in the mall, a breezeway conjoining those 2 areas. But again, 2 male suspects, they were shooting from the car towards these women. 4 of them shot tonight. Their conditions right now are unknown. Police Chief William McManus just briefing our reporter, Stephen Gavassos, who's on the scene. We're going to hear from him shortly. They are looking for a black Dodge Charger. That is the latest information that we're getting. And like you said, ECs, it appears as if this was a targeted shooting. This was not a mass shooting situation, which is your fear when you hear that something happened at a mall after what happened in El Paso and other places. But it appears, at least from what the chief was saying, that this may have been a targeted attack. 4 women shot. 2 male suspects wanted in a Dodge Charger at this hour. We have crews on the scene, and we'll check in with them coming up a little bit later. And our producer, Adrian, just informing us right now that all 4 of those women are listed in stable condition tonight. So we'll continue to update that throughout the newscast. Yeah, a bit of good news there. Moving on now, San Antonio police also busy tonight looking for a person possibly involved in a shooting. The shooting happened on Canavan Avenue on the south side around 7:30 this evening. Police say the victim suffered life-threatening injuries. They say the 2 people drove away from the scene in a silver SUV. A short chase ended about 4 miles away near Harriman Place and Garland Street. Police say a driver was detained, but the passenger bailed out of the car. That's who police are looking for. DPS is helping them in the search. And we want to get to another big story tonight as well. Historic. President Donald Trump impeached after 2 months of investigations, more than 80 hours of hearings, and 16 witnesses following a call with Ukraine's president back in July. Mr. Trump is now the 3rd president to be impeached in U.S. history. Tonight's House vote does not mean that these proceedings are over. Coming up in this newscast a little bit later, we're going to take a look at what the Senate will now have to do with the articles of impeachment. We're also going to hear from President Donald Trump himself, who went to Michigan for a campaign rally tonight. A crime of opportunity. Rows of homeowners all waking up to find their cars ransacked. Floresville police say the crooks broke into 17 cars, all in one day, all in one neighborhood. The night team Stephen Cavasso spoke with police about the lesson of learning to lock up your cars.
You know, to me, it was shocking because it doesn't happen in this community.
Detective George Ortiz says Floresville police respond to 24 break-ins in 1 year, but that number almost reached in 1 day. 17 break-ins all taking place on December 11th at the North Crest Hills subdivision. Every car was left unlocked.
You're giving a criminal an opportunity to take your belongings.
Handbags, radar detectors, and 1 gun, just some of the items stolen. Floresville police say they're now looking for 3 suspects. One they believe is seen in this surveillance video. Ortiz says residents need to be more aware of their surroundings.
We're a small community, old-fashioned community, so we just think that we're going to be safe all the time.
Neighbors we spoke to say they moved into the area to avoid crimes they believe happens in bigger cities. But now this quiet community is on high alert.
Just to be here since April and something like that happened really opens your eyes that it can be happening to anyone.
Kirk Clicker woke up that morning and found a mess in his work truck.
So everything in my work truck right there was all scattered about, you know. Everything was out of place, papers were everywhere.
His laptop stolen, a Nintendo DS and camera lens also taken from his wife's SUV. Clicker believed their quiet neighborhood would be more secure, which is why the couple left their cars unlocked, something he now regrets.
It's unfortunate, but it's a lesson learned.
And that was Stephen Cavazos reporting. Police say they have persons of interest they're looking into for this case.
Now to a Nightbeat update. More than a month after he was convicted of cheating veterans and the government out of money by using GI Bill benefits, Bradley Lane Croft is learning what part of his punishment will be. A federal judge here at home announcing that Croft will have to forfeit his business property, the more than $130,000 seized from his bank account, along with funds seized from Universal Canine and other personal property. It all stems from a scheme involving the company called Universal Canine right here in Military City, USA, dating back to 2013. Federal prosecutors say Croft and others brought in veterans as students to defraud them of their GI Bill benefits. Croft would file fake paperwork to show that veterans were going to serve as instructors in training security dogs. According to a federal indictment, one person had apparently died 2 years before, and 4 others never gave Croft permission to use their names. Courses range from $6,500 to $12,000. Croft still faces up to 42 years in prison. Sentencing is scheduled for February 24th.
The Alamo redesign plan is moving forward. In a 7-4 vote, the city's Historic Design and Review Commission approved a new location for the cenotaph that currently sits in front of the Alamo. It'll be moved near the gazebo with the spirit of sacrifice facing the church. While several people supported the move at today's meeting, others said the fight is not over.
I'm very disappointed. We as Texans have not had a say in this. I've traveled all over the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I live in Burleson, so people don't even know that they're going to move the cenotaph. So we have to now depend upon the lawsuit.
The lawsuit is over human remains found buried at the Alamo. While some are against today's vote, others are happy the first phase of the Alamo redesign plan is moving forward.
I wasn't for moving the cenotaph to start with when they wanted to put it at that pocket park on Market Street, but the new plan calls for it about the same proximity to the Alamo, but on the south side, out of the battleground, so we can, reclaim the battlefield itself. And so I'm all for that.
Phase 1 of the plan will begin with the street closures in January 2020. To see a copy of the city's approved plan, visit ksat.com.
The man accused of stealing a wounded Army veteran's truck and his Purple Heart inside walked before our cameras today. 30-year-old Hector Bernal arrested on the west side. Police say he stole a truck on Thursday while the veteran was staying at a hotel. Along with the Purple Heart inside that truck were military coins, medical paperwork, and Christmas presents. The truck was found on the south side near I-35 in South Zarzamora on Sunday, and while the military memorabilia were left inside, the Christmas presents and paperwork were gone. Bernal charged with 2 counts of vehicle theft and could face additional charges. The House of Representatives made it official tonight, formally impeaching President Donald Trump. Tonight's vote comes after that controversial call with Ukraine's president. Lawmakers say the president pressured Ukraine to investigate his political opponent and blocked documents and witnesses with direct knowledge of what occurred with Ukraine from being provided to the House committees.
Article 1 is adopted.
A historic bang of the gavel as the House of Representatives votes to impeach President Donald Trump. The votes mainly down party lines.
Looking away from these crimes against our country is not an option.
Today's articles of impeachment against President Trump are an assault on our Constitution and the American people.
As the debate raged in Washington, nearly 600 miles away, President Trump holding a rally in Battle Creek, Michigan.
By the way, it doesn't really feel like we're being impeached, do you? The country is doing better than ever before. We did nothing wrong.
Trump, the third president in U.S. history to be impeached. The president faced 2 articles alleging abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. Earlier in the day, lawmakers debated for hours on the issue. Democrats say it's about protecting the Constitution and that the president is not above the law.
President Trump's misconduct has forced our constitutional republic
to protect itself.
Meanwhile, Republicans calling it a politically motivated witch hunt.
What we've seen is a rigged process that has led to the most partisan and least credible impeachment in the history of America.
While President Trump has now officially been impeached, his removal and conviction is up to the Senate. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi tonight is saying the House won't send the articles of impeachment to the Senate until a, quote, fair trial, end quote, is ensured there. She failed to outline exactly what her definition of a fair trial is. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell was expecting the articles and to schedule a Senate trial by the end of the week. That may be on hold right now.
All right, taking a look outside with live cam, we've still got clear skies. Temperatures are already in the upper 30s. It is going to be another cold and clear night across South Texas, but look down off to our south and especially off to the west. An increase in cloud cover heading our way. This is actually our next weather maker that finally brings us a halfway decent chance of rain that's coming up on Friday. So we'll talk about tomorrow morning's cold start, Friday's rain chances, and a sneak peek of your Christmas forecast coming up. Thank you, Katie. Also ahead on the Nightbeat, details continue to develop surrounding that shooting outside South Park Mall. We'll have a live report coming up next on the Nightbeat.
Breaking news we had off the top of the show. We want to get back to that shooting at South Park Mall. The San Antonio Fire Department reporting at least 4 people were taken to the hospital.
The night team Stephen Cavazos is on scene right now. And Stephen, we initially got some information from you that it was 4 women who were taken, 2 suspects. Is that correct? What has changed?
Well, CVCs, as we've been out here, we've learned that there was actually 3 men and 1 woman who was shot, and police are now looking for 5 suspects that they say were involved in tonight's shooting. Now, the investigation is still in its early stages, but again, police can confirm that 4 people were shot. They say that they are looking for a black Charger with 5 suspects inside. We are told that 3 shooters had fired inside the South Park Mall in the Breezeway area. Again, 4 people shot, but fortunately they were taken to a nearby hospital in stable condition. No other injuries are reported, but this is an active investigation. Police still have not determined a motive, but again, stay with KSAT 12 as we continue to bring you the latest on this developing story. You can see that the scene is still very active behind us here. But for now, reporting live, Stephen Cavazos, KSAT 12 News. Steve, Isis.
All right. Thank you, Stephen. As we take a live look outside with live cam tonight, 38 degrees, so it's 3 degrees warmer than it was.
Yeah.
I also want to mention we hope to bring you a story tonight on a program called Battle Buddies, a very important story with combat veterans and dogs and the bond that they have forged. We'll have that story for you tomorrow night because of the shooting. We don't really have time to get that in tonight. So tomorrow night on the Nightbeat at 10, we'll have that story.
Yeah, meantime, lots going on in the weather department tonight. The forecast focus will soon shift from, that's a mouthful, from the cold air to rain chances returning briefly, but we'll take what we can get when it comes to rain chances at this point. It's already getting pretty cold out there, 20s and 30s across the board here in South Texas. We've also got really dry air in place, you guys, so with the combination of low humidity, light winds, and clear skies, temperatures drop like a rock again tonight. Many of us will wake up to upper 20s, low 30s across South Texas tomorrow morning, so another morning to make sure that you bundle up. Well, we're back up to the upper 50s and low 60s tomorrow afternoon, but what you will notice tomorrow as compared to today, an increase in cloud cover, especially that mid and high level cloud cover, those high thin clouds. They'll be moving in from the west tomorrow ahead of our next weather maker. This currently is moving out of the west coast, going to move over the Rockies and into Texas by tomorrow night into early on Friday. So initially tomorrow we'll see the high thin cloud cover move in. By Friday morning, skies will be cloudy, and that's when we'll start to see a chance of showers move into the forecast. So the Friday morning commute looks okay. Cloudy, yes, a few sprinkles possible, but I actually think our highest coverage of rain will come late Friday morning through Friday evening as that upper level low pressure system swings across Texas. This system doesn't have a whole lot of moisture to work with, so what we're looking at on Friday is some light passing showers through the course of the day. And while it surely is encouraging to see that much rain on Futurecast, and when you look on the weather app or online, you're going to see a chance of rain through a good portion of the day on Friday, it's not going to stack up to much because a lot of the rain is going to be really light to moderate rainfall. The best chances to see a rainfall total closer to a ½ inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch of rain will be east of the I-35 corridor, coastal bend up to the I-10 corridor there near Gonzales. The rest of us should expect maybe around a 1/4 inch of rain from
from early Friday to early on Saturday. So don't forget to bundle up in the morning. 29 you're out the door, morning low, 60 in the afternoon with increasing cloud cover. Friday, a pretty gray day from start to finish, but things will start to clear out by Saturday such that we see a lot of improvement for the weekend. Early next week for Christmas week, very pleasant weather, cool mornings, but warm afternoons. And it does look like we'll have a nice South Texas Christmas with a high of around 70.
South Texas Christmas.
There you
yes,
go.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Katie.
All right, concerns for the Cowboys over their starting quarterback.
This is not good. It's his throwing shoulder, injured early in the game in the victory over the Rams, and he was not able to work out at full strength today, with the Eagles looming ahead for the NFC East title and the playoffs. When we come back, the latest on Dak Prescott, National Signing Day. Who has a bigger smile, the student athlete or the parents, when we come back?
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Dallas Cowboys star quarterback Dak Prescott, who's in the middle of a multi-million-dollar contract extension negotiation, injured his throwing arm in the Cowboys' 44-21 victory over the Los Angeles Rams. He was limited in practice today after his head coach Jason Garrett revealed Prescott was injured just 6 plays into the Cowboys' win against the Rams, and at this point he is not 100%, preparing for their biggest game of the season against the Eagles in Philadelphia this Sunday for the NFC East title and the playoffs.
Dak's going to play. I think he's just resting up, getting to make sure everything is as right as it can be by game time. Dealt with some AC joints, and they're tough. I couldn't imagine having to throw with us. So, but I know Dak. I know his toughness. I know he'll play.
All right, we're counting on that. Today is National Early Signing Day, when high school athletes commit to the college of their choice and a chance to enroll early in the spring semester. Signings have been going on all day long in the San Antonio area, with our team of photographers fanning out across the city to capture those moments. The most recent tonight at O'Connor High School, where the Panthers offensive lineman Logan Parr has committed to Texas, and his Panther teammate defensive lineman Bryson Greer going to Navy.
Having a big brother in the Navy, having a cousin in the military also, and my grandfather was also in the military. We're just a military family, and we keeping the tradition going.
It's big. I've been looking forward to it since I committed October 28th, 2018. So, I'm happy it's here. Can't wait to see what the future holds.
All right, good for him. Meantime, over at Steele and Roosevelt High Schools, more D1 commits. Jalen Jones, the Knights defensive back, is going to A&M, and his teammate Daniel Jackson, a wide receiver, signing on with Iowa State. And at Roosevelt, wide receiver Rashad Owens is going to Oklahoma State.
It's an amazing experience. My brother already went through it. I see him go through the whole thing, and then now that I'm finishing out my high school career, I'm very grateful about everybody that's kind of helped me along the way. The coaches, players, just a feeling like home. That's just, I knew that's where I wanted to be. I knew that was the place for me, so that's why I chose to be there.
And let's not leave out the private schools. At Cornerstone, defensive back Jordan Morgan is going to Iowa State, and an Antonian linebacker Devin Grant is committed to Colorado, and quarterback Khalil Warfield signed with UTEP.
I feel like all the hard work I put in, it's showing off, and I'm proud that my mom doesn't have to pay for college.
It's just a great feeling, just have another opportunity to be with family and friends and commit to a great university.
It's Coach Campbell and how he's building up the program. I just want to be in the atmosphere of people who are hardworking, disciplined, and honorable.
All right, here's some of the other commits right now. Not all of them. Chris Brown Brandeis going to Cornell. Derek Lewis Clemens, linebacker, Texas Tech. Mason Chambers, also Clemens, a defensive back, Iowa State. Jared Circle of Kerrville Tivy, a kicker, place kicker, going to Georgia as well. And also Dresden McIver Brown of Veterans Memorial, their first ever Division I commit. More at KSAT.com. How did the Longhorns and Aggies and Roadrunners fare next? Who won the battle? Texas between the Longhorns of the Big 12 and the Aggies of the SEC. The Longhorns signing 16 players today, which is down from last year after 6 players decommitted after Todd Orlando was fired as a defensive coordinator. Among the big gets today, running back Bijan Robinson from Arizona and Lake Travis quarterback Hudson Card. But head coach Tom Herman causing a little controversy today when he flipped off the Longhorn Network cameras as they looked in on the UT War Room.
We were joking, quite frankly, about my first experience riding into the Cotton Bowl on the bus and the warm welcome you receive in the Red River game. And when it occurred, honestly, I had no idea. I wasn't aware that the camera in the room was on live TV. Certainly had nothing to do with LHN, signing day, anything like that.
All right, the Aggie recruiting class is ranked 5th in the nation, includes 5-star wide receiver Demond Demas from Tomball. And later today, UIW released their recruitment class, which consists of 8 with 5 transfers and 3 incoming freshmen, including Stevens High School offensive lineman Chris Bowling. Spurs star LaMarcus Aldridge teamed up with Academy Sports and Outdoors to provide a very Merry Christmas for 5 military families. Each family was given a $1,000 gift card to shop at the store at Vance Jackson Loop 410 for items on the holiday wish list, with LaMarcus helping out.
We all care, and we're thankful for what they've done and the things that they've sacrificed for us. And it's a small gesture, from myself and Academy and everyone, but it means a lot to us for sure.
Incredible gesture by the Spurs, incredible gesture by Academy, and of course LaMarcus donating his time to come out here and help those who protect us.
All right, thank you all for what you do. And at the same time, congratulations, Jeff Traylor. His first ever recruiting class at UTSA netted 8 early signees today. Remember, he's only been on the job a week, so you got to cut him a lot of slack.
Yeah, thanks, Greg.
You got it.
We'll be right back.
We continue to follow that breaking news story at South Park Mall. At least 4 people shot. They were taken to the hospital. Our Tiffany Huertas also on the scene tonight.
Yeah, she's been trying to speak with people in the area. And Tiffany, what are you learning tonight?
Steve Easy, we spoke to a group of women who were inside the mall when this all happened. Now, they were inside a store terrified. One woman there was panicked, and she told the employee to put down the gate. They waited in there until mall security gave clearance. Now, again, the woman says she was recently coming back from visiting El Paso, and in this event, it was very emotional for her. She was inside the mall, and we will have that information for you later on. Again, on KSAT.com, we'll have more information.
All right, Tiffany, did she give you a sense of how many people were inside the mall when this shooting happened?
When I spoke to her, she said there were a lot of people in there. She says there was a lot of panic. She expressed how difficult it was for her and how emotional this was. As I mentioned, she just had returned back from El Paso, so there was a lot of emotions there. Also, Stephen, he was here with us covering the story this evening, and he's here with more information with the latest that happened here. Stephen?
We're still seeing that. It's still a pretty active scene here. But again, the scene is fortunately not as big as we had initially thought. Fortunately, only 4 people were taken in the hospital, and it looks like they're going to be okay. But police say that this is still an active investigation. They are looking for a black Charger at this time. Again, 5 suspects were seen inside. 3 had fired shots inside. I believe we have a bite with the woman that was involved inside.
All of a sudden, we just saw everybody screaming, running, kind of just saying, like, there's a shooter, he has a gun. So at that moment, I just, looked at my friend and my sister, and we were just like, okay, what do we do?
Again, this is a very active scene here. We are looking at police still surrounding the mall and getting all this evidence and trying to find out exactly what happened. Again, for more information, you can visit KSAT.com. Back to you.
All right, Tiffany Huertas and Stephen Cavazos reporting live for us there tonight. Of course, police still searching for this black Charger tonight. Just to reiterate, a shooting there at the mall, 4 people in stable condition, 5 suspects at this point.
3 men, 1 woman, all 5 suspects in a Dodge Charger left the scene. They are continuing to look for them tonight. It almost sounded as if it was a drive-by shooting type situation in a breezeway there at South Park Mall. So not actually in the mall itself or really in the parking lot. Yeah. It was actually in a breezeway where these 4 people were shot.
Very frantic and scary moments nonetheless for everyone involved there and everyone doing their holiday shopping there at the mall. We'll continue to follow it, bring you the very latest on our website at ksat.com and on the latest on GMSA tomorrow morning.
Have a great night.